I'm recording.
Johnny Payne coming live from New York City.
That's right.
How you doing
buddy.
over there?
I'm doing good, man. I'm just trying to find the old Zoom window again here. Okay.
Oh yeah, that's
I'm all
one
set
of the
up
hardest things to find.
I'm all
I've
set
found.
up here. I'm doing good, man. I'm doing really good. I'm here in Brooklyn, New
I've
York.
heard of it.
It's a street called Kosciuszko Street. It's kind of a Wire season 2 energy.
Oh, it's like
How do you pronounce it? Kosciuszko Street. Yeah.
It's more of a Frank Zabotka energy. Is that what you
Yeah,
mean?
exactly. Bed-Stuy is the
I've
the
heard of
neighborhood.
it. Oh,
Neighborhood, you know.
super.
It's pretty hip around here. I'm
Pretty
not gonna
hip
lie
for
to you.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, went to a punk show last night. Actually,
listen, I just want to. All I want to do is talk about what you've been doing, what we did on our holidays. This is a Fairport adjacent.
yeah, 100%.
Well, not that you've been on your holidays. I know you've been working very hard.
Yeah, well, not
Anyone
really,
from
but
the record label listening, extremely hard working.
Yeah.
Disciplined.
Networking.
Networking, yeah,
That's
yeah.
what I call it. Yeah. I've
Yeah,
just
well,
been
you can
going-
a lot of hanging out in bars, tax write off, right? For musicians.
Exactly, just going around to hit bars, trendy places, just telling people about what I do, and
Yeah.
you know, and how maybe we could get involved, work together, you know,
Sure, team up.
someday. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Beyond that, eating a lot of really great food.
For sure.
My friend's been hosting me here, incredibly great host, and it's been great. We playing a lot of chess.
Okay, like in-person chess.
In-person chess, and get this, went down to Washington Square Park and sat down with the guys in the park.
You
there.
didn't play, though.
I did. I played. We both played. One of the guys just got smoked. 5-minute blitz. Just got
Terrifying.
destroyed, dude. Super nerve-wracking, terrifying.
I would have had a terrible time.
It wasn't super fun to play, but it was a great experience. Like
I believe this is a Wednesday episode, right? I'm
I
looking
believe-
at it. I think it is. This is Wednesday. Yeah.
I want to know what happened with your XLR cable.
Well,
Tell
you
me.
know.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure, honestly.
Okay.
All I know, and this is, because we are kind of ranking and banking, so we're a bit ahead of ourselves,
Right.
It's that Christopher Nolan style thing, because this isn't
Sure.
going to come out for like a little while. All I know is that I think you'll remember, we were doing a couple of episodes back to back, and I was complaining about a green XLR cable. If
Yes.
you
Oh, I remember. And I
said-
talked about Long and McQuaid, lifetime guarantee.
Yeah.
I remember, dude.
And so listen, like, I just want you to know that you're talking to the new James, a better
Okay.
guy, a better, more
Great.
improved James, less hubris, less kind of, I suppose.
Well, less kind of you have a kind of a risk taker attitude.
Well,
'Cause that
also
night-
I think there's a difference between taking calculated risks and just being cocky. And I think I was cocky, and the old James, I'm willing to accept, just really didn't know what he was talking about. Didn't really take, you know what? Honestly, took for granted the craftsmanship of Yorkville Long and McQuaid XLRs.
Well, I can tell you right now, I'm using a Yorkville 10-footer, and I've been transporting this thing all over the world. Throwing it around in my suitcase, and it's just working perfectly right now.
So anyway, as far as what happened, not quite
Yeah.
sure, but I'll tell you, it's not getting better anytime soon because we did a couple more podcasts with that green XLR cable. that have
no!
Yet to come out. But I'm not really sure. But all I know is from a couple of people who got in touch with me, apologies for my voice scrambling, going like half an octave lower out of nowhere, kind of doing a bit of kind of Longmont style interference. Can't say I've listened to it. Can't say I'm particularly interested in listening to it. All I know is I'm going to do better, and massive apologies to Long and McQuaid. More than anyone, actually, more than the patrons. I'm worried about going in there. I know I have to go in tomorrow on the way to the studio, and I'm a little worried.
Well, I was going to ask whether you are fearful they might not let you in there. No.
Well, I just,
you have a reputation as a pro audio expert. I mean, you did anyway. So
yeah. So I don't know. All I can do is strive to be a better engineer, and that's what I'm going to do. And I'll do better. We can do better.
You might have to start with this when I send you this audio file, because I'm coming in pretty low. Like, not low, but my meter's about halfway, but it's a pretty small waveform. So you're gonna have to turn it up a little bit.
Not concerned about that. I just got some new iZotope RX audio software. And I also started renting the Slate Digital Virtual Mix Rack monthly.
Oh, well,
so I'm
leaving you a whole lot of headroom here, buddy.
Let's put it that way. I like headroom.
Yeah,
it's important. Even though I'm at I'm floating point, so ultimately it goes forever. I do like to see the headroom, especially when you're using some of those GUIs that are designed to look like old compressors and EQs and stuff, where they use VU meters. You want to be kind of hitting those at about -18 dBFS.
Yeah, well, and it doesn't even matter how they sound because they look cool, right?
Yeah, it's completely just about that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so anyway, it's in terms of the XLR, not really sure. I think it's fine. I think it just sounds like I kind of have sometimes, that movie Ransom?
Yeah, with Mel Gibson?
Yeah, where the guy has like a voice scrambler on the guy who steals his kid.
Oh, yeah, totally.
I think that's kind of the extent of what happens occasionally in the episodes.
It's only occasionally, and that would be a cable issue, huh?
I think I was just twiddling it around and moving it around. I mean, I kind of knew it was happening. I said on the podcast that it's probably happening, but it was just a little bit too far into my other room.
I can tell you when I did my test tonight that when I played it back, there was some crazy stuff happening, and then I restarted the interface, changed from input 1 to input 2, and it started working again. But, as far as I'm concerned, anything could happen here on this one, too.
Fortunately, you're in the States and I was just kind of musing over this prior to starting the pod today. How every time we have a guest from the States, their internet's flawless.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure
because Canada is just like a dime store USA or something,
right? We've just probably TELUS and Shaw and all that are getting the internet from the States.
100%.
They're farming it.
They are,
and then
of course,
and then we're getting
probably free. It's probably free in New York. The internet.
Yeah, it's like when you try to steal it from your neighbor. That's what we're doing in America from
100%.
America. Yeah, we don't even have internet in Canada, probably. Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about the shows so far that you've had.
Yeah, well, I've only had one.
Nice.
It was great. It was great fun, and actually, the most important thing to say about it on this show is that a few eyewall heads came out to the show. Actually,
far out.
Very, very nice people.
Yeah.
I only got to talk with one of them, really. I mean, the other guys, they said, hello, great show, Johnny, big fan of the pod, and took off, I guess.
They sound like fans of our podcast. Kind of not very good in social situations, kind of just,
I'm
you know
not
what I mean?
Too sure.
Just kind
I'm
of
not too sure. They were very
respectful.
kind.
Actually, just respectful. Probably actually were just there to rank.
They were talking.
They got all the information they needed. Seeing you, they're capable of ranking you. That's all.
You know what they said, actually? They were quite impressed. The only thing they said was that they were really liked when I did the Jack White Beatles song thing.
Yeah.
And that they want to see me take on Jack White, officially, if we can make that happen.
I think so.
And then really, really nice guy, though. I don't want to get his last name wrong. It's Mike Beswethrick.
Oh, yeah, that guy. Yeah, he's very involved on our Instagram. Yeah, I like that guy.
Yeah, he hung out for quite a while, and really, really nice guy, and had a lot to say. But the main takeaway was that he thought that what the only sort of true way to rank would be for us to break it down by decade, and then in the end, kind of like see which
decade wins.
Who wins each decade. Like who gets the highest ranking. But, now thinking about it, kind of tough because a lot of the artists will go 60s and 70s, right?
60s and 70s make it difficult, yeah. But maybe you can buy sort of epochs as opposed to decades.
Yeah.
Epochs of music.
Yeah. We talked for quite a while. He had quite a bit to say. Very nice meeting him.
Hey, listen, this is all a work in progress. I think that this week, I'm in the studio again, which is great. But I think this week I'm going to try and find time to just kind of get someone or something to put all our rankings so far online, get a kind of Wordle-style ranking thing going. It's got to be easy to make.
I can... Oh, that. Yes, that is what
where
we need.
People can rank too. I mean, we can put a PDF up of where we're at. So I'll just actually put a photo up of the
Wordle idea is really good because you just do one a day and then it'll toggle you through each category.
Yeah.
It'll just come
put
up.
A number in.
David Gilmour, and then it'll just be hangability. Put the number in, and then you'll get your and then at the end, it'll somehow show what the total score is. You can see the average he's getting in each category.
Yeah,
it's really. Do you know any app designers, Andy? No, few. I'm working on it.
Mike might be able to do it.
I'm working on it.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Wow, interesting.
Nice.
Andy says,
just so you know, I can hear on that microphone. You're using a 58 today.
Yeah,
I can hear Andy really well when he talks, so that's great. If he wants, to
that's great.
Be kind of off my kind of wing.
Really well when you talk because of this microphone I'm using. Yeah.
Yeah.
He says that Mike, the patron, our friend of the pod who came to my show, may be able to do this for us.
How's
He's a designer.
doing? Was wasting his time watching music when he could be ranking and making us an app? What's he going to your shows for?
And banking the money that we'll all make from this new ranking app.
Wait till we make the cards. Someone want to go in? We could take that to Shark Tank.
Take what to what?
Shark Tank.
Yeah, Shark Tank. Yeah. Well, I don't know if they'd go. I think Mark Cuban wouldn't really be a big fan of that somehow. But
so when
he'd be like music.
Yeah.
They're
what
more
are they
into
like pizza?
I think
Boston pizza.
Yeah, energy drinks.
Nice.
Yeah.
Like biohacking.
Yeah, that kind
Vitamins.
of stuff. Cupcakes.
Macaroons.
Yeah, things like that. Like new, technical twist on cupcakes or something. Where they're
CBD cupcakes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that kind of thing. Or like fashion, where it's made. The clothes are made of CBD or whatever.
Oh, hemp clothing.
Yeah, but it looks good. Or
AI
and
clothing.
Fitness in a big way. I think they really it's like a new way to get fit.
Where you do less.
You don't do anything, but it's like a
pill.
An ab app.
It's just an app.
Yeah, and it's like guaranteed 6-pack or whatever, and that's the stuff they throw money at because they know others will too.
Right. This is probably not going to do it for our magical gathering classic rock cards.
I think we'd get laughed out of the studio for being. I'll be like, can you imagine me pitching it? Where I'm like, get this. So you've always wondered Jerry Garcia, versus Mark Knopfler, who's better, on the strat, and they're just stone faced looking at us.
Yeah,
they're like, actually, I've never wondered
how it feels
that.
every time I go to the bar these days.
It's getting harder and harder to make friends out there with this whole how our minds have been twisted by this ranking stuff.
Well, I was thinking though, you're out there, right? You're kind of where a lot of this happened. Started
right.
New York, right?
Yeah,
a hub, somewhat of music, and of many different scenes, over the generations.
No doubt.
And then you're heading out to London, it's kind of the
another
similar
hub
kind of thing.
Another hub, yeah.
I don't know. Was thinking maybe we could rank a couple of kind of New Yorkers, because now you've probably got a little bit more of the inside track.
Well, not only do I have the inside track, I mean, I basically am a New Yorker now, as far as I'm concerned. Because I live in the east side of Vancouver.
Yeah.
I was already kind of going that way.
100%.
Let me just tell you, as soon as I stepped off the plane at LaGuardia and then headed down to the subway, I was like, I'm home. You know?
100%.
Yeah. So, yeah, I
just went
would
straight
love
to get like a deli sandwich.
Yeah, straight to
I suppose you went to the
Cantor's.
bodega.
Yeah, exactly. That's
As
what
you-
I did.
use what you
Grab a
call
slice.
it.
Get a slice. Yeah,
Yeah.
New York slice. Yeah.
Shit like that.
Joe's.
You got your switchblade with you?
Famous Joe's. Yeah.
You got your switchblade?
Don't need it, man.
No?
Brass
Hombre.
knuckles.
Brass knuckles. You've been doing.
but-
I mean, you have been down at Washington. You have been playing chess at Washington
Yeah,
Square.
that was good.
You
That
done
was
any
good.
breakdancing while you've been there?
No, I haven't been doing too much of that. No, but we did. We were hanging in Washington Square, and we went to the oldest chess store in New York.
Yeah.
which was really cool because Andy wanted to get a new board.
Nice.
And we went down there. It was exactly how you'd imagine. It was really, really cool. And then we read later, Bobby Fischer himself used to frequent the spot
He used
and
to
play
freak out in the
back.
spot.
Yeah, he would. He liked to freak out.
It was cool when Bobby Fischer got extradited for saying that 9/11 was an inside job or something.
Well, he was kind of he's one of the top conspiracy theorists of our time, I think. I mean,
Yeah,
he was
into
always
it.
convinced that they were after him and all that, you know.
100%. Well, that's
But they
Spassky
probably
stuff.
were, to be
Yeah,
fair.
well, they were actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of like John Lennon.
They were after him too, I
Yeah.
believe. Nixon, you
Yeah.
know, it's
Spyro Agnew. I want to clap your hands, everybody. I don't know what you call them.
oh yeah, all right.
I've been working on a
Oh.
record this last couple of weeks with a guy who plays plays blues. He's a bluesy guitar player, and
Nice.
you know, he's
straight blues, hard blues. You know,
kind of
what
like
are we doing?
Law and Order style blues. So hard
Right.
blues, I'd say,
So kind of, it's hard blues, but it's like
with your hand,
kinda 90s.
kind of.
90s kind of reverb strat blues.
Yeah, exactly. DI kinda.
Instrumental blues.
No, but I was just thinking like sometimes I'll get like super into it when he's playing and just be like, this is so easy to play, but like so fun. And like, why don't I just do this all the time? Just like play like, you know?
Well, you know what's funny is I literally said this out loud the other day that you know our friend Mike Brown works at the Lido.
Oh, yeah.
I share a studio space with him in Vancouver. He was saying, you know, we're starting up this night at the Lido where we're going to just jam, you know, and he's like, kind of whatever it is, you know.
Yeah.
Like, you know, kind of, I probably more sort of like noisy, droney, kind of jammy.
It's
like
just going to end up being
new
blues.
music. And I just said to him, I said, man, I literally said, let's just do a blues jam. You know what I mean? Like, everyone's
Let
going to
it
love it.
in.
Everyone's going to love it. We're going to have so much fun. I'll come down, bring my axe, and just
Yeah.
imagine if it was just like, what key? A. Let's
Well, it's
go.
only A, I think.
Yeah. It's generally it. Could
But
do
like,
E.
why try? Like, you know, it's the classic Iwal adage. It's so hard to try and play non-blues.
He said to me, he said, what instrument would you want to play if we were just like doing a jam at the Lido?
He was hoping you'd say like a modular synth or something.
Well, and I was thinking about it in terms of non-blues, and I
Yeah.
was like, I don't even know really.
No,
But
drums, I guess?
Then what? Well, I thought maybe bass, like do like a loopy, like I don't even know. And then I thought to myself, if it was blues, name it.
Yeah, put
You
me
name
on
it.
the harp.
You know, 100%.
Yeah.
Like you name it, man.
Well, the harmonica is amazing because you can't play a wrong note.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty good on the harp too.
I
don't know
bet
if you've
you
ever
are.
seen me. Yeah.
Is that kind of because because you're near Greenwich Village? You're kind of feeling folky. Is it more folk or?
I'm better now. Yeah, folk. It is folk. It's my folk roots. My
More
father
of-
was
yeah.
more of a folk singer guy. So
Oh,
I got
of the Celtic tradition.
Celtic, but then also via Bob Dylan too. You know,
If
so
you
it was
think
like,
about it, actually, like with your family lineage, you could like authentically have a Manassas style band.
yeah,
Like
for
start
sure.
as folk and blues through your dad, and then like through your mother, like just involve kind of like a guiro for some reason.
I feel like that's what I'm doing. Like I feel like that's what my King of Cups is.
You need
Really,
a cuica.
yeah. I've got cabasa, guiro,
Yeah.
congas, like maracas on my album, dude. Like I'm obsessed with it. It's all coming out now, and it's almost like a Bob Dylan live at Budokan thing too, where it's like he's doing Irish, Latin,
Yeah.
you know, everything on that, and that's one of his most hated albums. So there you go.
Yeah, well, it's working out pretty well for you. You've played one gig, got another one coming up before you leave.
No. You see, the New York. I full disclosure.
Full eye wall. Let's do it.
I came to see my friend.
Oh, I know.
And that was the big. I haven't seen him in ages, and I wanted to do one show while I was here, so I did it, and that was it.
I thought you were going out to Jersey or some shit.
No, that didn't end up happening. I almost did a bunch of shows with Martin from Real Estate.
Yeah.
And it didn't work out.
Well, it's an impossible way of life, you know.
It really is.
You know
And,
what, though? Like, you'll be going to England soon, hooking up with friends of the pod, Joe Dudderidge,
Yeah.
Lady Youth, who's been on, and, of course, Sam Hammond, Vom Cruise. Very excited for you to meet them and to
Me too.
spend
Me
some
too.
time fucking around in London.
It is an impossible. I got to tell you, man, it does feel a little bit like just sort of. I mean, it's great to get out and go on a little trip and do all
Oh,
that.
yeah.
But it does feel a bit like I'm starting from scratch, like live wise.
Oh,
'Cause
buddy, I
booked
think
it myself.
everyone feels
Yeah.
like that, though. I think,
Yeah.
like, you know, our shows that we've got coming up in Ontario, like, you know, like everyone everyone, unless you're like extremely successful. If you're an indie band, like, or you're in a kind of indie, you know, adjacent world where you like, and I mean, in like truly, you're like kind of mostly do things yourself, even if there's a label involved. It's not like you have like a TikTok account or like are trying to strive towards being like kind of comically famous in that regard or like
Yeah.
zeitgeisty. Like, and unless you're on like a big label and have some, you know, notability in the States, maybe, like everyone I know is like their shows are underselling, they're playing smaller rooms, and the guarantees are smaller because it's the knock-on effect of, I guess, the last couple of years, and that's just where it's at now. I think that's where it's at.
And you know what I realized is I actually haven't toured myself aside from the tour we did together since 2017.
Yeah.
So, you know, there's just it's a slow build back up to doing stuff, but you know, that's fine, and it's, you know, it's great to be out in these cities, and I'm really happy that people came out to the show that I did here, and that I can't wait for England for sure.
So when do you leave for England?
Tomorrow morning.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
8 a.m. Yeah.
So you get in at a weird time.
Like 9 at night.
Yeah. Where
It's
are you?
still
you're
weirdly a long flight from
7 hours, 8 hours, right?
Yeah, from New York, which is kind of funny, but yeah.
Well, you know, it's because you don't go up, right? You don't go over. You know, it bends, right?
I don't understand why they don't just fly straight across the
They
oceans
do.
right
They
there.
do. They do
What?
from New York.
Why do they have to go up and left and right? I don't understand it. It should be just straight ahead. We want to go to the gig.
We want to go play. Well,
We want to go to the fucking hotel.
It's like you know, you need Concord, and then you can do that like Phil Collins shit and like play like.
Is it to do with winds?
Well, it's to do with wind, isn't it? It's to do with the wind. You see, the wind blowing east
Perhaps.
is
The
different from the
tides,
west.
you see, the tides. It's about the tides moving differently in the Atlantic and the Pacific, you see.
But we're
But
on the
they-
Atlantic, you bloody idiot.
We're not. We're in the sky. It does nothing to do with
We're
the
in
bloody
the-
tides. We're in the air.
We're in the
What-
sky. Yeah, but you know the moon, isn't
The
it?
moon affects the tides, and the tides the wind.
Well, it has
So-
to get from the moon to the bloody water, you fool. We're in the bloody air. We're trying to get to the gig.
Well, perhaps if we could take a ship there. It'd be faster. Perhaps we could take a cruise. Might be fun. Might be fun. Might be fun on a cruise. If it's
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's it right there.
Anyway, I'm going to be spending most of my time in East London.
Well, you're an East Sider generally.
I'm an East. I'm generally I like the East Side.
Yeah. Well, it's a bit rougher around the edges.
Brooklyn's east of Manhattan. You know, that's where I.
Well, you know why they did that.
Why is that?
Well, everything goes east, right? You know, the west side of everywhere is nicer. There's no cities where the west side's not nice.
Yeah, I know. We've talked about that. Why is that?
Well, because of the Oregon Trail, you know. Everything started east and went left.
Lewis and Clark,
right? It went left.
It's all because of Lewis and Clark.
Everything went left.
Everything. Christopher Columbus, didn't he?
Well, you can't go west out of Manhattan, can
West Indies. The West Indies, they were called to him.
Yeah.
You know.
Lou Reed, hangability.
Yeah. You know, he seems like a cagey character.
Yeah.
But I still think he'd be pretty cool to hang around with.
The only issue with hanging with him is you'd feel like... when I was like... You know, when I was younger, I was hanging out with some people, and there was this one guy, like, you do drugs and party or whatever, and there was this one guy, Gwyn, who was really mean to me, but you never really knew he was being mean to you. He was kind of like talking in koans and riddles, being like a cool guy. And
that
like
seems like Dylan.
Yeah, Dylan a bit, but like Lou Reed would do that, but with a bit of like actual venom, I feel like. Like,
he seems kind of mean for sure based on his interviews.
He would potentially pick on you.
I think that whatever
honestly.
Dylan got, I'd like to give him one less.
It's bad.
What is it, 4 or something?
5 Dylan got. Lennon got 7.
Yeah, Lennon's a better hang, though, than Lou Reed.
I think Lennon definitely is a better hang than Lou Reed.
I think he's the same as Dylan.
New York
6.
energy, right?
Yeah.
Wonder if we're going to get any New Yorkers who are above that. We're kind of West Coast guys, let's be honest. We're not really, you know.
Well, we'll see. Hang on, we're at the 27 mark. I got to get a beer.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I'll continue talking. It's funny how he does this, you know. He really does have a stopwatch right there. I think, Johnny, it's nice to see you drinking Modelo's, probably like, 50 cents each or something?
Well, I was, but now I'm onto the PBRs because it was $12 for a 12-pack.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you're talking about.
Yeah. On sale, you know. When do you ever get booze on
Where'd
sale?
You go?
No, it's a bodega on the corner.
Bodega.
Yeah.
Hey, papi! Is that kind of vibe when you go in there?
Pretty much, yeah. They know me now.
Do you speak Spanish to them?
No, they weren't. They're not Spanish.
No?
It's a more of an Asian spot.
Okay, nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that like my issue with hanging out with Lou Reed would be like that it would be fine as long as I could leave at some point.
Yeah, I mean,
you know, because I feel like
he'd
just keep going. Like that's the problem. He'd be like, okay, like yeah, let's get more heroin and like I don't know, stab somebody for fun.
I think I'd like to hang with him like if it was like at the factory.
100%.
And it's like,
might get shot though.
You're doing all kinds of other stuff,
right?
But then
there's
Lou's. Yeah, but then Lou's over on a couch, kind of on his own, and you just go sit down, you know, hang out, have a chat.
Does he have? Go and have a chat with him for a little bit.
Yeah,
Lou wants to chat with you.
I think he's probably a nicer guy than he lets on in public.
It's part of his kind of identity.
Yes.
His like artistic identity.
Yes.
I mean, that interview with him in Australia is amazing.
I mean, that's full on. He's just playing a character there, I think. So.
Okay, this is going to be tough here. Technical ability.
Yeah.
I mean, like he would say like he'd like deliberately want it to be. He'd want it to be low.
Exactly.
He'd want it to be low.
Three.
Yeah, I mean, because he can play the guitar a bit. He can't sing. He doesn't.
I like
want to.
I like his guitar playing a lot. I would say I like it better than Bob Dylan as a guitar player.
Yeah, but Bob's got the harp too.
Yep. Now technical, but yeah, Lou Reed 3.
He'll probably. You see, this is the thing. He'd probably be like, "Fuck, give me 1. I don't want 3."
I know,
Give a
but
fuck.
I'm gonna give him 3 personally. What do you say?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, fine by me.
Okay.
I generally defer to whatever you think.
Yeah.
I'm more into just the fashion category. I'm kind of. You're talking
he'll be
about
scoring high
Andy,
there.
your friend Andy, wanting this, kicking in when it becomes like a film podcast. I'm kind of all I'm interested in is it becoming a fashion podcast or a Formula One podcast.
Formula Run car racing?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll have to bow out at that time.
It might start because the first race was today of the season, so I watched it. It was good.
Movie podcast would be great once we pivot to that. That'd be easy.
I did start with musicians who've been in movies.
Yeah.
And
you know what I
rank
did
them.
today? Real New York thing. Went to like a really cool old theater where you can get like food and beer in the theater and saw North by Northwest, the Hitchcock film.
Yeah, that's very, very like a matinee.
Yeah, really cool.
Yeah, it's very...
Sunday. Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah. What time did you start drinking today?
Oh, I didn't actually till about an hour ago.
You didn't go to like a bar, just kind of put down like, $10 so they could see it, and just kind of you put down a 20 and the button it comes up.
Buddy, we've been drinking quite a bit, so I had to slow it down.
Well,
a
you
bit
got an
today.
early flight tomorrow.
Yeah.
For what time are you going to get up tomorrow?
6, 5:30.
5:30. What time are you going to take the subway?
It's a bit crazy. I'm going to do a hybrid. I'm going to take a cab to Penn Station, and then I'm going to take a train from there straight to Newark. I'm flying out of Newark.
Strange.
Yeah, it's not that far.
Yeah, I might have to get up a bit earlier than that, man.
Well, the flight's at 9:30, actually.
Oh, okay.
I was wrong. I was wrong. Yeah, well, I don't know. I said 8 or something. Yeah. Wrong.
Stage presence, live performance.
Yeah. He's pretty good.
Pretty good.
He's done some good stuff. Like, I like in the 70s he got pretty good. Like, he really changed it up when he hooked up with Bowie and all that. Yeah, I'll give him a solid 7 there.
Well, that's the same as, like, Neil Young.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, I think he's about the same as Neil Young.
Yeah, that makes sense.
What did Dylan get? 1 bit better, right?
8.
Yeah, he's a bit better.
Well, you just think of those
60s.
Yeah, play it fucking loud.
Yeah.
That kind of shit.
Yeah.
Cantankerous, Dylan.
Mm-hmm.
Natural ability.
I mean, he's amazing. Love his voice. Natural ability. Lou Reed. As a lyricist, Yeah, 8, 9?
9?
9, I think.
I think, you need a guy like that to have 9.
Because he's all natural ability, yeah. 9.
Dylan's 10, Smokey's 10.
Yeah, 9. 9 for Lou.
I'm starting to think Smokey shouldn't be 10 in that, by the way.
In natural ability?
Yeah, because he's extremely gifted, but he's also like he's on like I feel like he's on the business side of like things too. Like he's like obviously like because he has 10 in technical too, and I feel like he kind of like obviously worked at very technical aspects of his career.
Right.
That like it's not like he's just like doing like a full on like showing up Lou Reed style and just being like I'm exactly who I am.
I see what you mean.
It's tough these categories.
But he could do that though if he wanted to.
Could he?
But he
though?
didn't.
Could
I see
he,
what you
though?
mean.
Could he?
Interesting.
Because he didn't.
Interesting.
You know what I mean? It's like if you like get a degree, right, or like you could have written Transformer. You didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
Should I be giving you a 10 just for trying to like just for the conceptually be theoretically it was possible? I'm not sure.
I don't think
We're
so.
getting judged on what people have done, not what they could have done.
Well, Smokey sure did a lot.
Yeah, but natural. He never positioned himself as like a natural ability guy. I don't think. Not in the same way like Dylan did. You know.
I almost think of natural ability also though as like you're born with the gift.
Sure.
You know.
Yeah. He has the I guess like his voice, like the actual tone of his voice.
Yeah, it just feels so natural.
It's true. It does feel natural.
It just feels so. And we were at one point judging these people as singers. I don't know when that changed,
Listen,
but
it's gone now.
okay,
it's gone. It was impossible otherwise.
now it's just artistry.
Like Lou Reed as a singer, you're not going to give him a 10.
No, he wouldn't do very well. Yeah.
But he kind of like. But then again, his like sort of his charisma, his charm.
I mean, he's a great singer. Those are great records to listen to.
I agree. Interesting, yeah. I mean, it is. You do like the tone of his voice is very listenable,
fun, re-listenable,
re-listenable.
You know, like you don't turn it off when "Walk on the Wild Side" comes on and stuff. It's just good.
It's not really.
Listen to.
It's funny. I was in the car the other day. Yeah, you don't. It's true. I was in the car the other day, and it was like the local radio station. Like the Peak.
Well, are you talking about The Breeze?
No, it was the Peak 102.7 where they have like a bit. They're kind of like the indie station, and they have like a segment, I guess, where it's like I don't know what it's called, but it's like some guy who sounds like he sells car commercials comes on for a minute. Is like like the Peak rewind, and then they like play like a song that like. It's kind of like a song that is responsible, the legacy of which is why we listen to like the Arcade Fire or something. But like they obviously can't go back that far. So like, you know, they do play Love Will Tear Us Apart sometimes, and I've heard them play Bizarre Love Triangle, but they played like I don't even know what Radiohead song it was. Like I've no idea. It's probably something really famous, but I don't really fuck with them too hard.
Yeah.
And it just was so bad. It was like deliberately discordant for about 2 minutes, and I was just cracking up imagining Tom York's demented clown virus energy, his head just shaking with his weird eye, just needs 2 minutes to probably come up with a melody that isn't bluesy.
What he must go through.
Yeah.
To make that non-blues.
It's hard.
Yeah, I can't even imagine. Did you hear that the guy from the Arcade Fire quit the Arcade Fire?
It's his brother.
Oh, it's not Win Butler?
Well, it's Will Butler.
What? His brother's in the band?
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
I didn't even know
because I
that.
saw it and thought it was kind of weird, and I looked it up, and I guess it's just his brother.
It's like, so it's like, everybody's like, oh my God, Win Butler
I think
quit.
people think it was the main singer.
That's what Andy told me.
No,
the singer quit.
I think people think it's the singer. I think it's his brother who like plays like.
What's
congas.
he like the second? He's like the second synth player.
Yeah,
in the band or
exactly. Yeah, but has weirdly like won loads of Grammys for like soundtracks because once you're in that world, you just win, don't you?
Yeah.
You know,
That's
you don't really like. Bruce Springsteen wins one every
Well, you're
year.
not Win, you're Will.
Yeah, you Will Butler.
Yeah.
Pretty sure that's what it is.
Yeah.
Sex appeal, Lou Reed.
It's pretty damn sexy.
I mean, he's definitely like portrays sex in his music and in his like kind of vibe. You know,
I mean, this is so subjective. Like, to me, he's not as sexy as Dylan, but that's me.
He's not a sex symbol, I don't think either, which is part of this.
Because the punk energy's more antagonistic, right? Like, I don't think they want to be sex symbols as much.
Yeah, I don't think Lou Reed would want to do well in this ranking.
That's the thing. So
I think he'd want to like not do well.
Yeah, he'd be like,
in general, I think he'd be like, this is bullshit. Get me out of your bullshit ranking fucking Like I don't.
It should
fucking-
all of his numbers should just be NA.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it's like
Yeah, yeah.
not like no one could get a clean ranking off
No,
him. You know,
it's hard.
Like-
Yeah, it's like kind of like hard to get a clean ranking. Or like maybe he'd be like, I'm either number one or I'm not in it.
yeah.
Like because that's
It's pretty
how it
hard to
works.
do. But I mean, the thing about this
He's not
is that
sexy.
no. But listen, what's wrong with being
Exactly.
No, I'm kidding. No, what? Listen, the thing about this is this is two men's opinion ranking here.
That's why
Everyone-
Stevie Nicks so far is the one who's got like a 9 and everyone else has a 3.
In sex appeal. No, Dylan's got like a 9, right?
Dylan has an 8.
Yeah, yeah.
To be honest, we haven't really ranked many like beautiful men or men who like.
No.
Smokey got
No.
6. John Lennon
That's
got
low.
6. No, it isn't.
We'll-
It's not
we'll
low
get-
for Smokey. It's not.
Okay, fine.
Look at
Okay,
photos of him. It's not low.
Okay, fine. We'll get to more sexy guys. But Lou Reed, I'm gonna go 7.
Sure. Yeah, just because of the leather. I
Yeah,
think.
he's got it. He's I like the way he looks. I like
And he's kind of like what's the sex appeal for me in him comes from his like androgyny at times, his kind of swinging both ways, kind of
and his intensity,
primal.
Yeah. Like you stare those eyes, will stare right through
It's
you.
kind
you
of
know?
like
Yeah.
you wouldn't be able to control yourself, even if you're
Yeah.
like, yeah, he's not hot, but he just has this thing.
Well, Andy Warhol said that the factory, everybody wanted to fuck Lou, but but nobody could.
See, that's a huge energy. So I'm wondering whether that goes up then with that. 7 feels good still, I think.
7's good.
Like he wouldn't fucking put out.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
probably only fucked dogs just because he was a punk. You know, he'd be like, I wouldn't fuck hot people. Just only 100%.
I thought you meant
dogs.
actual
No,
dogs.
Well, I mean, that's kind of punk.
Yeah.
That's kind of like more like abjection, I think, than it is
Yeah.
like pop art. I think that's more like
Right.
Cindy Sherman and stuff.
Okay.
I think it's more like puking on yourself and having sex with dogs and things like that.
Okay.
It's a
yeah. I
different
don't.
scene. It's still New York, but it's just
Yep.
different.
Yeah. I hear ya.
Legacy?
10.
10? Yeah, I guess it has to be, doesn't it?
I think so.
Okay, so who else can? Like,
He's
let's
an
think about
amazing
this.
American artist. I mean, arguably, in my opinion, lyricist, American.
Sure.
Yeah, yeah. And like he always kept rocking, kept his integrity. You know,
Yeah.
he
didn't
always
get
kept.
worse.
He never got lame, and then
Never
he died.
sold
When he
out.
died, it was very graceful. Everything he said and like the statements he made were beautiful.
He was in the Velvet Underground.
Yeah, and his
Like, what
70s
can
career
you do?
ruled.
I know, but like it's like what can you can't not give. I guess you can't not give him a 10. We're dealing with some of the people who like it feels like we're giving people high scores in this, but it
Well,
is
these
also
are some of
like,
the greatest
we're
all time.
We are dealing
Yeah.
with some of the the kind of goats here.
I've said it when we do Glenn Fry. It's, you know what I mean? Like then we can start throwing some 3s and 4s around. But you're talking about Lou Reed. I can't think of anything that would tarnish his legacy. So,
Fashion.
9 or 10, I would say. He's high, like, because he did, like, you talk about the androgyny, the Transformer era, plus just the leather to do that look, like, and then in the 60s.
Yes, it's wild.
9, I think it's a 9.
It's a wild energy to do that in
Yeah.
the 60s.
Yeah.
And
I think it's a 9. Original punk, right?
yeah.
Like,
Fucking nah, man. Fucking Stooges, yeah.
fucking
Stooges.
predates the Stooges, doesn't it?
Fucking
before the Stooges.
MC5, mate.
Fucking before the Stooges, though, isn't it?
MC5, yeah.
It's fucking Detroit versus New York, though, isn't it?
Innovation. Oh, he's doing well off the back here, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. Innovation's big.
Big.
Big. It's got to be a 9. 10? Probably 10. Honestly. Lou Reed? I mean, it's...
It's like Lou Reed?
I
It's good.
mean... That's what it was. That's how I convince myself when we get to this point. I just say their name, and I'm like, of course it's 10.
Well, like
innovation.
if he's a 10, like it's because everyone was being him. Although, was he doing Dylan?
No. Listen, everybody said it's like that. What's the famous thing that when everybody in America heard the Beatles, they all wanted to start a band, but when everybody heard the Velvet Underground, they all wanted to do something else. I can't remember.
Nice, yeah. That's actually one of the most truthful things I've ever heard.
It's a great quote. I can't remember.
It's really good.
Yeah. But anyway, 10.
10?
For me. I think he's just as innovative and as much of an innovator as like Beatles and Dylan.
Do you
for
think?
Me,
Yeah.
that's
well, I
it.
mean, he invented indie rock. I guess.
Smokey probably got 9, right?
No, he got 10.
I mean, there's no Beatles without Smokey, so that's big too.
The Beatles.
These
both
guys
got
are
10.
10s. These guys are all 10s.
Do you think you're
Dylan?
kind of like pandering because you're in New York right now a little bit? You're kind of representing your own. You're kind of like, hey, listen, man, like Lou, like my boy Lou.
You might be right. Beatles
just kind of
10,
feeling-
Dylan 10, Smokey 10, Lou 9.
See, I'd be interested here because I can't really think. I think that Lou's a little bit Dylan, right? Like that's kind of the street poet kind of vibe.
But Dylan didn't inspire any punk rock music and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I suppose you got to kind of give him 10, I guess.
Like that, what he did with White Light, White Heat, dude,
Heat.
like noise music, all that kind of stuff.
Some of the worst music of all time.
Yeah, but innovation, you know.
Yeah, it's innovative, yeah.
I think, you know.
Can you imagine how hard it is to play that? Because it's such youthful music. Imagine how hard it is for these bands. Like, if you imagine being in like Godspeed and having to play this music as like older people, like post rock.
Yeah.
Mogwai. No, I guess that's easy. It's kind of like the Slipknot thing where they have to like do like front somersaults and they're like 55 and play that music.
Yeah. Dude, glam.
Yeah.
Like
glam's
that's all
tough.
loose. Bowie said like there'd be no Bowie without Velvets, you know.
Well, I know. I mean, we all know that.
I think 9 or 10.
Okay. What about versatility? No,
Let's
we
go
changed
9.
it. No,
Let's
we changed it. We changed not versatility anymore. Business acumen.
Let's go 9 for innovation because I think that it doesn't have the widespread that the Dylan Beatles.
I feel like it might. I feel like the other one.
Yeah,
it's the
it
other
might.
one. It's like
And no one else will get a 10. Really, I don't think.
there's not going to
Like
be
Bowie
many.
wouldn't get a 10. Bowie's a 9.
Yeah, because he's doing Lou.
Yeah. Lou is it's a 10. It's a 10.
Okay, what about business acumen?
I don't really know. I think he hates that shit. But actually no, he's not. He's pretty good.
Is he?
He remember like he like really wanted hits and when they did Loaded and stuff like that and like I think he cared but like not great.
No, because like after the Velvets, he went and lived with his mom in Long
And, like,
Island and shit.
Metal Machine music and stuff.
Didn't
Those aren't
really
real great
care.
like business decisions. You know?
And he kind of, pieced out for a bit, didn't he, there? And just kind of, he needed help. Like Bowie went and found him and was like, man, let me help you make Transformer.
Yeah, I don't think he cared much
Wasn't
about
he just going to
business.
become a fireman or something?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think maybe it's a 5.
Okay. Endurance.
Yeah, not great. They
It
didn't
would
do
have been if he'd have died in like 75 because you've been like, fuck, he was in the Velvet Underground and then just put out a couple of records, but he didn't really do too much.
No,
What's his,
he
like,
retired young.
He kind of
He
retired.
retired
yeah,
young.
He retired.
And then they did like the Velvet reunion in the 90s.
Yeah.
But there wasn't much going on there. Like, yeah, it's low. Endurance is
He kind
pretty,
of became a bit of a like a chat show celebrity almost to
Yeah.
me.
No, I remember seeing him on Letterman and stuff.
Yeah.
I think that his 70s period gives him a score in endurance because he continued on and made some great records, but it's not a great score.
Okay,
So,
did he though?
Yeah, I mean, all the 70s records rule. Coney Island Baby, Transformer, Street Hassle. We're talking about...
That's good that you know them all, man.
Berlin, I mean, is
Berlin's
amazing album.
Pretty weird.
It's great, though. It's really good.
Yeah, it's probably more than I actually realized going on.
They're really good. Yeah, Berlin's an awesome record. You'd like it.
So maybe it's a bit higher than you think.
6 for Endurance. Because then it really, we're not talking like Springsteen level Endurance, you know what I mean? Which would be another good guy to rank.
Well, you're there pretty much.
Yeah.
Or like for you, you're not really. You're kind of like, no, he's from a different kind of part of
Springsteen Endurance is got to be a 10. The guy just does not stop rocking, man. He's up there, especially on stage.
He plays for 3 hours a night. I've seen videos of him screaming at fucking Lil Stevie for playing a note wrong 3.5 hours in. And when they start turning off the stage power because he won't stop playing in Hyde Park and shit.
Incredible. Yeah, well, anyway, we'll get to Bruce.
So this is something to think about here.
Yeah.
He's clocking in at 70.
Okay.
Clocking in at 70, okay? Mm-hmm. Which is the same as Paul McCartney.
Well, we need to re-rank Paul because we've changed the categories.
True. Okay. 70 feels
and business
acceptable.
acumen is going to bump Paul up a lot, dude.
It's true. Yeah, it is.
He's a business acumen for McCartney's like a 10, dude. You know what I mean?
100%. We need to re-rank. We probably need to just like, maybe I'll do some adjusting. Well,
yeah.
We can text about it.
So Lou's a 70 right now total?
Straight 70.
Nice.
Straight 70.
What do we give him for fashion?
9.
Nice. 70's a great score.
Yeah.
What's Dylan?
82. He's the highest.
Holy shit, that's quite a lot more.
Well, no, but he's the highest.
Yeah.
You want me to go through basically where we're at right now? Leaderboard?
Yeah.
Do you want me to do it leaderboard style?
Sure.
Starting from the bottom, going up?
Okay.
Because, I'm the only one who has the codes to Zion, you know what I mean? Right here in front of me.
Lou, the thing is, Lou...
Give me the codes.
Like you say, a lot of these categories don't favor him. They don't favor him. Oh, are you doing the Matrix?
All I want are the codes.
Yeah. Give me the code. You know what it is? It's the smell.
It's the smell.
It's the smell.
Have you seen the new one?
Dude, you know what's so funny?
I'm trying to watch it.
We've been trying to watch it for the past 2 nights. No, we can't get through it. It's the worst movie I've ever. It's so bad.
Oh.
I want you to watch it to tell me if you can make heads or tails of it because we've turned it off 2 nights in a row. It's like I can't even talk about it. It's horrible.
Probably got like 10 minutes here if you want to do a quick other New York rank.
Super quick?
Well, 10 minutes we can get one done.
Really? That one took like half an hour.
It's Lou Reed.
Yeah, another quick one. Well, I thought you were going to give me the leaderboard.
Okay, I'll do the leaderboard, and then we'll just
let me hear that.
Kind of close up for about 5 minutes with just kind of nonsense, which is no problem by me. Okay, let me see. Bringing up the rear. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We done 10 people now.
I need a copy of this, but I'm going to make a spreadsheet. Send me a photo of it, will you?
I might just post a photo of this and then someone else can. But we need to. It's so funny. I've got the same piece of paper that we've been doing. I've had this piece of paper going for so long now. This. You know what? I've been to the Grammy Museum. Okay.
Yeah.
And there's a room you go into. And they've got like Woody Guthrie typed up lyrics right next to Bob Dylan, Blowing in the Wind, right next to Taylor Swift, Trouble, And this is going in that room. Right next to Louis Armstrong's trumpet.
You know what I think would be a better place for it is probably like the Music Experience.
Oh, Seattle.
Yeah, Seattle Music Experience Project.
I have a USB stick with all my Bitcoins on it. Mm-hmm. No one knows where it is. This is where the only other thing in that place is this list. Those two things, I keep them together. And my new gold-plated XLR cable.
If we lose that piece of paper you're talking about right there, I mean, we're just going to have to re-rank every single one of these people.
Which is fine, frankly.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay, so who's at the bottom here?
Bringing up the rear is Paul Rogers with a respectable 55.
He's just happy to be. He's playing the game.
Djibouti. He's just like he's one of those small countries.
Yeah,
he's just happy to be there. It's semi-professional, basically.
He came for the 10 technical
cool
ability.
Runnings. He came. Yeah. He's the king of the mountains. He's there. He came for the 10.
He's like, hey, I got a 10 in technical ability. John Lennon didn't. Take
John
that
only got a 5.
Yeah,
might have been a bit harsh on John there. Okay, we got Paul Rogers bringing up the rear.
John and Paul need to be re-ranked. I'm saying it right now.
I think we probably need to re-rank Van too because we did him before the change of categories. In fact, it's actually interesting. I've actually made a little asterisk next to... Right. I must have at some point realized we've changed the categories, and I've made an asterisk next to that in this spreadsheet. This is the most Spinal Tap thing we've ever done. This is the equivalent of Stonehenge right now.
Yeah.
I've got a piece of paper with all these rankings on it. I'm going to give it to someone and make it into a set design or make it into a website. And then they do, and it's all wrong. And I'll be like, you've got it wrong. You've got it wrong. You put longevity, it's endurance.
I was given a piece of paper. That's what it's not my fault. That's what I was told to do.
Kick my ass. We don't want to do that. Kick my ass. Yeah. You've put bloody versatility down. It's business acumen. Why is John 5 with a star? Well, no, it was an asterisk, you see. I put it there to redo it.
Perhaps we could just change around the categories a little bit and make it more so, get everyone, we could send everyone an eraser.
Okay, we got Van Morrison's 9th so far. 57.
That's about right, I'd say.
Yeah, so he's 55 Paul Rogers, 57 Van the Man. Then we got Elton John at 60.
Okay.
We've got Stevie Nicks at 65.
Okay.
Paul McCartney and Lou Reed are tied at 70 each.
I like that. But Paul's going to bump up a bit.
John Lennon is 73.
Mm-hmm.
Neil Young, 74.
Interesting.
Very
interesting.
Smokey's 80. Dylan, 82.
I love that. It feels great to me.
I think that we're going to see... I think what we're going to see now we've changed the categories is John and McCartney make a little bit of movement. I think they'll probably both overtake Neil Young.
They'll be around the 75, 76 mark.
And I think Neil's going to be around there, and they're going to still be like 6-7 points off like the real pace setters.
Yeah. We're talking about some of the greatest artists of our time here.
Yeah, absolutely. Paul Rogers.
No one's getting a 90 in this rankings.
Did I forget Stevie Nicks, or did I say
No, you said Stevie Nicks. 65?
Very respectable.
Yeah, good score.
Absolutely.
Good score. Yep. Well, what can I say? Went to a punk show last night, actually.
Yeah, and
that's what I was going to say. It was quite interesting to see.
Did you spit on anyone or anything like that?
No, but there was a mosh pit I did not take part in.
That's not punk, though, is it? That's kind of new.
It was more hardcore.
Hardcore for sure, yeah.
I would say, the show. But with a bit... It's my friend Will who...
not Win.
No, not Win, Will.
Yeah.
Who... used to live in Vancouver. Now he lives here. And it's hardcore, but like kind of with a 90s My Bloody Valentine kind of droney guitar take on it.
Yeah.
But like a great energy, just everybody going nuts in there. I enjoyed it. I felt really old.
I mean, but then at least you could be like, you could maybe like sit drinking your Red Bull at the bar and say with your straight edge tattoos and sort of be like, Yeah, you guys, have you ever heard of My Bloody Valentine? You know what I mean? You could kind of do that. It'd be like, no,
Right.
I'm only into like Stained and like Henry
Let me
Rollins.
Let me tell you this, buddy. There was no bar there.
No.
We're talking punk gallery space.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? BYOB. End of the day.
Yeah.
Fucking,
Yeah.
I don't know.
What did
We
you
were
drink?
walking around St. Patrick's Day, which we had here.
I like
Listen
that.
to a lot of Van Morrison that night. I'm not going to lie.
The new record, like,
Everything. I was just kind of had it on shuffle.
you have why you on Facebook on?
Yeah. That's one of my favorite Celtic tunes.
Yeah, absolutely.
But and for some reason, even though it's not Irish, we were walking around just doing Liam all night.
Liam's Catholic. And no, his dad, dad, I don't even know about that. I can't remember which side, but he is Irish,
Oh, really?
Irish lineage. So, yeah, Gallagher, you know what I mean?
Gallagher's an Irish name, right?
He's from, he's from across the pond there. He's from the Irish Sea originally at some point. So, I think it's totally reasonable.
Yeah, it felt right.
Did you
that
drink
night.
any green lager?
No, had about 6 pints of Guinness though at this one spot. It was really nice. And
I bet actually I would go. Other than Boston, I can't think of a place that's more plastic Irish than New York in the world.
But the place we went to was actually pretty just hipster chill. It was not like a crazy.
It wasn't like
plastic.
a fucking Mickey Mouse Disneyland Ireland.
The most St. Patty's
sure
Day
no
thing
one
about
does
it.
St. Patrick's Day in Ireland. I think it's just in America.
I think they've adopted it now. I've heard. Like they're like, great, you want to celebrate
Imagine
our
being
culture?
from a country that's just the thing I'm most famous about is being drunk.
I guess, yeah, it
and
is
not
interesting.
Eating potatoes.
Yeah, and the music.
U2,
plays a
yeah. I
part
actually
in it.
saw a thing about U2.
And like Celtic music and stuff,
What's her name? Nancy Pelosi read out a poem Bono had written for Ukraine in the House. I read.
Nice. Well,
Yeah.
he's always been quite vocal politically. You
Yeah.
know.
And stays not paying his taxes in Ireland, but he's an artist. That's how it works there.
Well,
It's
he's-
complicated being Bono, I
he's-
think.
Well, clearly, because he said he doesn't even think he's a good singer and all that. So
Yeah, exactly. Oh, he's just getting good, I think.
yeah, he said he's finally now. He's finally now started to actually work on his singing a
Yeah.
bit.
Instead of just feeling himself in the control room with a 58.
Yeah, I guess he was just going straight ego before, just like, I don't even fucking need a good mic.
No.
Or anything. And it'd be funny if you were then you're 60 and you're like, you know what? Maybe let me try that other mic. Maybe it's good.
I don't even know.
Yeah.
Well, Johnny, I want you to have a safe trip tomorrow. And
Thanks, man.
I look forward to speaking to you on the other side
No doubt.
of the pond, the not the prettier side, but the grittier side, maybe. Stay safe, man. And I miss you, and I hope you have a great rest of your evening with your pal, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.
When are you off on your trip, your tour?
30th of March, so quite a while.
I'll talk to you
although
before
I think,
then.
No, I think this comes out. I think, let me look it up.
Oh, here we go. Inception.
I'm actually leaving today to go to go on tour, and I'll be away for a little while. So yeah, I actually leave. Actually, yeah, no, I've left. As anyone who's listening to this, I'm on a plane.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, safe flight, buddy.
Yeah, thanks, man.
I'll talk to you later.
And if you like this show, and especially now that I'm using a better XLR cable, subscribe to our Patreon. Because me and Johnny are both on tour making no money, so we're going to need every single $5 you guys can muster to pay our rent when we get home.
Yeah, and again, it means the world to me, and I know to you too. When we do these music shows and we meet our fans at the pod, there, really nice you guys to come out. For that. So
I'm not going to
talk to you later,
You have
Jim.
to be ice cold to rank. I'm not going to change. You're not going to get me to change my fucking thing. So if you start talking to me about that shit, I'll just say I've got COVID and run away.
We like I've always said, ranking is for everyone. Once we develop the app, you can rank yourself. This is just two man's opinion. That's
100%.
it. All right,
okay,
buddy.
Peace. Sleep well.
Peace out.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.